Hello, welcome to episode 2 of So Box Sunday. If we're doing this, it means I've posted, obviously, the first episode, but I made it to a second episode, which is pretty awesome. I was kind of debating some topics to talk about this week. Again, I'm kind of using this as just a free-for-all to talk about whatever I want. Not a real niche type video blog, just kind of whatever's on my mind. So I was trying to think of what I wanted to talk about. And I think it was Tuesday. I hadn't had a day off outside of Thanksgiving. I work again at JCP. Retail is kind of crazy around this time of year. And I had called off sick on November 9th, and then I didn't have a day off until Thanksgiving. I think I calculated I worked like 16 out of the prior 17 days, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, I had 2 days off. It was good to kind of rejuvenate a little bit, get a little bit of rest. I got to hang out with Ricky on Wednesday, which is awesome. Got to spend the day with him. But it was Tuesday when I was trying to debate what I wanted to talk about, and I was kind of like, I was starting to clean the house. I don't know what I was doing, but it just hit. It was one of those days where you're just like stressed out about everything. Money, house being a mess, all this stuff. And I got to a point where I'm like, I just went and just laid in bed for about 5 minutes. I was just laying there, I'm like, you just stressed out. Well, I was sitting there thinking, after you kind of get over that first like minute of like being overwhelmed and like, oh my God, what the heck? It kind of hit me that, my life isn't that bad at all. I live in a house. I am engaged to someone I'm crazy madly in love with. And I have an awesome son who every day just keeps kind of impressing me on all the stuff he's learning and new stuff he's doing. But, just like everybody, you stress out about things, but it hit me that, there's a lot of stuff not only that we stress about that we realize we don't have it that bad, but, it made me think, I want to talk about this on my blog, which then made me realize that, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I don't know what it was that was holding me back besides fear of what other people think. And it was something where, you kind of put yourself out there when you state your opinions, and especially if, you comment on something and you don't have a whole lot of knowledge on it, or, you just don't have a ton of stuff to back it up, whatever the case is. Whenever you state your opinion to a mass audience, which not really isn't a mass for me, because it's not like I have thousands of people following me, but, when you're throwing out, posting on Facebook or a blog or whatever, it's a little intimidating. And I think that's honestly the thing that kind of has held me back from doing one of these consistently. It was something that probably has held me back. Besides, I think creatively, that was the biggest thing is, okay, I want to do this, I get motivated to do it, and then when I start to do it, I'm like, it's not going to be good enough. Nobody's going to like that. And it was kind of in that moment where I was laying on my bed, just sitting there like, life doesn't suck. Regardless if I wanted to be in retail right now or not, I don't hate my job. There's a lot of people who go to their job every day and are absolutely miserable. But it just made me it hit me that I need to appreciate things more and realize that what I have, I'm very fortunate for. But it was maybe just going through the momentary stress that made me realize that, like, okay, you got it over it, you breathe, and then you're good, and you move on, and you kind of realize that things don't suck. So besides what I was going to talk about before, I kind of realized this was a good time to kind of not only express that, but kind of say that I don't know if I just want to do this video thing on Sundays. Obviously, my biggest issue outside of what was, motivation was, or not motivation, but like fear of what people think. My biggest challenge is trying to do it, at the, finding time to do it, because when you have a little boy and you work, 40 plus hours, it's hard to sit down and just find time to get in front of the camera. So I'm thinking instead of just doing it on Sunday, I want to do it weekly, regardless. I want to do it kind of like my weekly blog challenge, where it doesn't matter what day I post it on, but it needs to get posted that week. And I've already messed up one time on that, and Tippin will call me out on that. But I I like doing this, and this is the second time doing it. I'm kind of digging it, and I get excited to want to do it, and I don't want to have to wait to post it on Sunday. So I'm not going to probably change. I'm going to change the name probably from Soapbox Sunday to something else to be determined later. But it's not just going to be a Sunday thing. I'm going to post it anytime I get the time, and I want to upload it right away. This one will probably go up Sunday because here it is on Friday evening, and I don't have a whole lot of time to do it between now and Sunday to post it because it takes like 4 hours to upload. But anyway, it just made me realize that life's not that bad. I hear a lot of people who say, just negative things, complain about this or that, and you just realize that, just step back and look at what other people have to deal with compared to what you have to deal with. And I'm not trying to preach and say, well, you need to love every day you have here and don't ever be everybody's got their days where just, crap goes down. But, it's just one of those things where you sit back and you look at your situation and you say, I'm pretty darn lucky. And I think just kind of talking about it is pretty good. I'll have something probably way more interesting next week. But it's just something that, I've never really kind of sat down and had one of those moments where you freak out and then all of a sudden you're like, what the hell am I doing? Life's not bad. Cheer up. And that's what it was. And it was a good feeling. And then I put on some headphones and cleaned a little bit of my house. So music is awesome too. If you ever can just put on some headphones and rock out, man, it's the best therapy. But my life doesn't suck. I'm happy with my job. Happy with, my relationship. Happy as a father. Obviously, everybody can always use more money, except for that guy those two people who won like $500 something million. They're probably pretty good. But, there's more to life than money, and, be happy with your job if you go to work and the people there are awesome. And luckily, I have that. And, those of you out there who haven't found love or whatever, don't go looking for it. Just do your thing. You meet somebody, you go out with somebody. Don't try and make it into relationships. Just hang out. Build a friendship, just whatever. I'm going to try and get my own show. See if I can knock Dr. Phil off the air. But, I don't know. Ultimate theme of this is life doesn't suck. Regardless of what things come at you, you always have it better than somebody else. And they're probably doing things a lot more positively than you are with less. So what I say at work is you could be doing a lot more for a lot longer hours for a lot less money, and just got to put it in perspective. So I appreciate you watching this week. Again, it's not as exciting as last week, probably talking about video games, but I'm going to try and come up with something else. But I just thought this was a good time to say, hey, I'm going to do this blog how I want it, when I want it, for me as a goal to say I'm going to do this every week, and just kind of let you know that life doesn't suck. It's pretty awesome. And before you know it, it's over, and you don't know if it's going to be cut short before then. So, go out and check out the trees as the leaves fall off, or check out a gnarly moon. A neat moon. Inside joke. But, yeah. Have a good week. And subscribe, like, tweet, and then block me. That's all you gotta do. Later.